Hello and welcome to this pick a card reading. This is a soul contract review. This is to lean into and find out about what agreements are shaping your reality at this time. So kind of what soul contracts are really present and prevalent in your life and what they're kind of doing to it, how they're shaping it, how they're affecting you. And kind of how to work with them and deal with them and integrate them or shift them or like get rid of them, whatever it may be in regards to whatever the contract is that is coming up. So there are 3 paths to choose from, 1, 2 and 3. You can pause the video, take a moment, see which one you're the most drawn to. Timestamps are down below so you can skip ahead to your reading there. Please remember this is a collective reading. We are talking to multiple people, so this will be like a generalized overview. If you want to lean into something way more personalized and in-depth to you, then please reach out for a one-to-one reading. Details are in the description box below. And depending on when you're watching this, I also have gift vouchers available. Well, that's true all of the time, but I'm saying it with the fact that Christmas is upcoming. If you think that someone in your life could do with a card reading or some energy healing or anything like that, you don't have to book a session for them. You can just book them a voucher. Right, I will leave it there and I will see you in your pile. Hello, pile 1. If you picked this card, you got the 8th house in astrology in regards to your karmic connections. So that's actually like amazingly spot on because karmic connections come under the 8th house. But there's also like, this is a Scorpio ruled house. I'm just like I'm stopping for like pause because this feels big in regards to whatever the soul contracts you have currently in your life, because this is such a heavy karmic house. We've got death under this, secrets, legacies and inheritance kind of comes under this. And then like there's also intimacy and sexuality can be linked in also. It's a deep, dark house. It's the part of like your chart, that part of that, you know, that 8th house is the one that like people almost want to hop, skip and jump past because it can hold so many aspects that are uncomfortable. So there's something in this in regards to your soul contracts currently and how the agreements are shaping your reality, is that I feel they'll be bringing you a lot of discomfort because they are pushing you into cycles and death of rebirth. They are pushing you to face your fears. They are igniting that like big perspective shift that and essentially at some point will offer you ultimate freedom if you really lean into the lessons that are being given to you. But the connections are definitely karmic in that way. So the culture, blah, 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 losing my words already. That's great on pile 1. Soul contracts that are in place are highly karmic. They are meant to be there. They are meant to be pushing your buttons. They are meant to be showing you things that make you uncomfortable. They are there to give you ultimate freedom if you learn the lessons from the karmic wounds that they are highlighting, that they are like shining a light on, that they are prodding, not just with their finger, like with a motherfucking knife. So there's a lot here for some of you, because this Scorpio ruled house can lean into the taboo. That's the more like sex part of it. There could be aspects of your sexuality coming up. There could be aspects of your desires in regards to that, like, you know, coming up for you to investigate and untangle, uncovering things, like actually transforming, because there's like profound change through intimacy, but there's also power and control here. Like there's just, this is big. Pain, pleasure, death, like some really, really big subject matters here. And when like we've got this card that actually says mystery on it, like that's the part that this deck is choosing to highlight in regards to this house. For me, it feels like this might be shedding some light or giving you that good clarification that you need to understand that what is happening is very much like it's meant to be. It's teaching you, it's guiding you. These soul contracts are very, very important to you in your life and on your journey. Like, these are agreements that you made in soul before you came down here. So that person that may be pissing you off or triggering you, or like bringing up all this, you know, that person that you may think is a complete and utter fucker, or that you, or maybe even you just don't like them, like whatever it may be, like that this is an agreement you had, and it's very purposeful, and they are here to really shift and change. That mystery aspect coming through in regards to the that lifting of the veil that they are going to offer you in your journey, but also that this reading may offer you, that lifting the veil on how important these people are. That does not mean they're important and they have to stay. A lot of really intense karmic connections come into, especially if it's got 8th house involved, are coming in to teach you a lesson, and then like they're not meant to stay. They are very purposeful though. So let's lean in to some tarot for you just to get a bit more insight. Nine of Cups in the reverse, Four of Cups, and then the Nine of Pentacles. Let me just see. I from where I am sat, I can't actually see what's on the screen. So let's just get a basis. And then I know. Okay, so the Knight of Cups in the reverse instantly makes me think for some of you this could be a love interest of some description, because he is the hopeless romantic of the deck. Oh, at least when he's upright. When he's in the reverse, he is way more moody, way more jealous, way less that romantic knight in shining armor, and just like someone dressed up as a knight that shouldn't be wearing that like outfit. It's dress me up, it's play, it's not real. So there could be romantic elements for some of you, and if not, this just highlights relationships. It highlights aspects of those relations that you're having with these soul contracts in any regard, friendship or relationship, because it's highlighting those feelings and those emotions, and that they're bringing out in you something that's highly uncomfortable, because in the upright the Knight is a lovely, wonderful, very loving card, and in the reverse it's way more unrealistic, not sturdy, like not in flow. So it's making you potentially question yourself, question your feelings, question your emotions, question how you feel about love, question your intuition, potentially even for some of you, especially with this death and rebirth, question like your spirituality, questioning your actual belief systems. So there's a lot of, it feels like questioning of self. And then we have that Four of Cups, and the Four of Cups is a card about this like apathy, but also this reevaluation, this contemplation. So that this soul contract, and this could be, this very much potentially just one person. For some of you, this could be multiples if you are being taught it, if the lesson is coming through very strongly across multiple people, or just one person. But I will kind of probably just speak, like, unless I get strong instinct too, that it's just one person. But it feels like it's hitting you in a way that is forcing this like contemplation, this reevaluation, but it feels highly uncomfortable, like it's forcing this thinking about things, this reevaluating of self, because of how uncomfortable it's making you. But it feels like there's big questions in regards to, and that's what we need to shift for you, how it's making you question yourself. Let's get it to guide you, to shift you in the ways that we really want to, but this doesn't mean that you have to doubt yourself. So reevaluate, absolutely. This is obviously why it's coming in. This is to get you more strong and sturdy in your rebirth, but we don't want that doubt there. We need you to lean into, like, okay, this is teaching me something. What's it trying to show me? How can I work with it? How can I achieve what it's trying to show me? And then how can I let it die? And how can I be reborn? We have the Nine of Pentacles with it. And this is a card that talks about like culmination. It's a card about the like this self-sufficiency. So there's an element of how this is, and so especially if this is romantic, how this is pushing you out on your own. There could, like, in regards to that, like these intense lessons that are coming through from this person, that this is a very solo figure. This is self-sufficiency. This is a culmination of things where there's this uprising of you through it, which is wonderful and beautiful, but maybe not what you want to hear if you're like, but I want it to work. And it feels as if with this 8th house instantly in regards to a soul contract, whatever these soul contracts are highly intense karmic connections, but they're not meant to last. They are here to very much teach you very, very strong, very, very deep lessons, but they are ultimately to get you very empowered and to stand like on your own 2 feet and to rise up in your own strength, as opposed to leaning into somebody else for that I can't think of the word. But to prove yourself, like this is about you realizing your strengths without said person, but with just a lot of triggering, and that's why it'll be triggering your wounds, because it will be triggering where you don't feel self-sufficient, where you don't feel capable of standing on your own 2 feet, where you don't feel capable of building an abundant garden for yourself, where everything is flourishing and everything that you did for yourself, and this like culmination of all the hard work you've put in, that you can say, I did this, and that's what it's actually guiding you towards. So you can do that, but it's essentially not going to feel very comfortable in any way, shape or form, and very much probably not what you want, but what you need. So what you really need to lean into. Let's get some more cards. Sorry, apologies for that noise. I want this deck. Oh, and that one came out as well. Okay, so we are going to look up Kairos, because I don't know what that means, but I'm very intrigued by this eye in the middle. Like, just feels like that all-seeing, like I can see. Okay, so it says, when in light, alignment, ease, decisions and action. When dark, fighting against time. And then the go deeper, Feliz Ganal, I can't say that, untitled perfect lovers. So yeah, for some of you, like I said, definitely a romantic partnership. Mythic time and synchronicity. I feel like this is just leaning into that aspect of this strong karmic connection, this strong karmic bond. So there could be high, especially with this, high sexual energy, and it may be like, if even just like sexual tension if you're not with the person, but there's just this strong connection. If you're like physically intimate with them, that may be like absolutely wonderful, fireworks, spectacular, but there's it's just highlighting that strong karmic bond and how it's helping you to open your eyes and see. We have the gem and then we have the poet. So the gem is like, look at this gem rising from the darkness. So through all this discomfort, this the death and rebirth cycle. So it's really leaning into what this is teaching you, how diamonds are made of coal, how this can teach you to expand through pressure, grow through pressure, but it's leaning into and trusting that this soul contract, so where this is soul contract with you, what agreements are shaping your reality, this is for your expansion, it's for your like growth, it's for your empowerment, it's for you to truly rise up and like be self-sufficient and build a abundant, beautiful life for yourself, from yourself, for yourself, from yourself, in dealing with the lessons that this person is triggering in you, but also I feel part of it is parting ways with that trigger. So taking the lessons, but also knowing that the lessons like and that person is that death rebirth cycle, and that they are not meant to be part of the future otherwise, because the Nine of Pentacles is all about being like this self-sufficiency. I'm not saying you'll be alone forever, that's not what it's saying. This is just in regards to this, that this is about getting you very, very empowered in a solo way. So if you have any people pleasing tendencies or attachment issues and stuff like that, that could be part of what's being raised up, that you feel you need other people to do something. That'll be true for some of you. And then we have the poet. And so this, I feel like leaning into something like, for one, writing, even like especially poetry with it coming in, but there's something about having a way with words, and that the words of this, it feels like this shadow and this, the release of this bird and then into that color, it feels like using your words well. And I would potentially even chant, and if you're into that type of thing, like do spells, because like your words are spells. So I would lean into that in regards to your freedom. So write things down, do spoken word, just get out what's on the inside, in a way that like is pure poetry. And like I feel like this will be part of the helping you release and coming home to yourself. Release what does not serve you, release the pain, release the suffering, like learn through these lessons. And then it's like coming home to yourself. This person here is holding the crow, it becomes the ally. So all of these words, all of these ponderings, everything that you write down will really, really assist you in regards to this uprising, this power, this self-sufficiency for you. Let's get some more cards. Pile 1. Which deck do we want? I think for you, we will go with this deck. We have the Ace of Pentacles, 8, not Ace, 2 8s, and then the World upside down. So these 2 8s, we have the 8 of Pentacles and the 8 of Cups. So the 8 of I don't know what I just tried to say there. We won't try to say it again. Ace of Pentacles is a card about putting in hard work. It's dedication to your craft. It's dedication to this path. It's dedication to the hard work that is necessary to complete a cycle. So you're going to have to put effort in, because there's effort that needs to be put in a very worldly way. Like you really, really have to let these lessons land in your body. You have to let the truth of everything really land with you, so that you can learn from it, so that you can embody it, so that you can master it. Because that you need to walk away, but there's a block in this walking away right now, because 8 of Cups in the upright is where we're walking away, and there's, so whether it's in the reverse, there's this like aimless drifting and this hopelessness. And I feel like that level of like that you've just lost all hope, you don't know what to do, you don't know up from down, don't know how to move forwards. But this is where the hard work needs to come in, into really, really listening to the lessons that are coming through. Listen to the messages in this, listen to the messages that this person is trying to teach you. They are not, I'm not saying this person is aware of what they're trying to teach you. That's not the point of a karmic partner. It's just them being themselves and doing what they're doing, and whatever situations are arising that are teaching you things. It's not like the person is going, oh, you need to learn this. But an aspect of this, to really, really, for it to reach completion, so you can start a new journey, you have to seek the personal closure, and like to integrate it to, like, so this is that part of that walking away. When you get to that point of mastering it enough and really honing in and embodying in a real physical, it really landing in your body, really learning the lessons, really taking it in and grounding it down into your being, so your soul understands, you understand, and you will hopefully walk away. This is how you'll get into that completion and integration stage. The world then ends, and then you start the fool's journey again. So this is really, really big with that world coming up, and then with the 8th house. Like, this is all huge. So be gentle with yourself through this process. But what it's saying is everything that has been lingering in that mind space, that 4 of Cups, where you're in meditation, you're in reevaluation, you're contemplating everything that you're feeling in your emotions, you're contemplating your heart space, potentially bringing lots of fears, worries, anxieties in your mind space. Now's the time to bring everything into reality, bring it into the body, bring it into the 3D world. Like, be honest with yourself with what is actually happening. This is what will help you really process it in the way that you need to be able to walk away, so it can complete. You have to seek the personal closure of this, but you have to really let the lessons land and embody them in the 3D reality first. Right, I will leave it there for you, pile one. Big, 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 big messages for you. So yeah, please let me know how it landed in the comments. If you like this, please like the video, share, subscribe, do all those things. It really helps the algorithm. If you need further help with this, if you are really struggling, this is what my services are for. Either a more in-depth personalized reading or some energy work or mentorship could really, really assist you. My details are in the description box below, and I will see you in my next reading. Hello, pile two. If you pick this card, then for you, we have the Sun as the card for your soul contract review. And the Sun is a masculine energy. It's life force. It is like it's what we need to survive. It is that life itself. It gives everything life. We need the Sun for everything to work, to function. And it talks of the way in which we can radiate. So it feels for you, the soul contract review, the agreements that are shaping your reality at the moment are the figures, the people or person around you that are either dimming your light or encouraging your light. So I'm seeing it as like a dimmer switch, and so for like it depends, it's moving. So it will be for some of you that someone's dimming your light, and for some of you that it's like that person is, you know, really, really helping make it brighter. Or that even for some of you that someone could be doing both. They're like rising you up, lighting you up, and then like dulling your light. Because embodying your truth is a big part of the Sun's energy. Really, like for you, stepping into the person you were born to be, it's what your soul really came here to shine. Like that's the light that's shining out of you, your soul's truth. So the person is like activating that, and they could be activating it in a negative way or a positive way. Like I said, this is for multiple people, so it's going to be different across the board, and it does feel like that there are those multiple things coming in. So like I said, it's masculine energy, so this will either be masculine figures, so actual male figures, or people that just hold a very strong masculine energy. So it could be either the father comes under the Sun energy. This could be your literal father, a father figure, or this could be somebody that triggers father things in you. And we also have elements here with the Sun's energy of, it's got like leader energy. So leaders, teachers, people in like high platform positions, so potentially even like, I don't know, actors or social media influencers or stuff like that. So they could all come under it also, in regards to the soul contracts, just landing into some of the people that it could be around you that might resonate, and how they're shaping how these people are then going to be shaping your reality. That negative connotation, and this will lean more into the how it's dimming your light element of like this. So the Sun is obviously, it gives life force, it's beautiful, like la la la, we love it. A negative side to that Sun energy can be narcissism. It's like that shadow aspect of the Sun, that kind of that person that believes that they are the center of the universe. That is that shadow aspect of the Sun. So some of you could definitely be dealing with a narcissist. And the soul agreements, how they're shaping your reality, I feel like the biggest thing for you is how it's either dimming or brightening your switch. So let's get some tarot for you. We obviously want someone to be lighting your switch lighting your switch up, brightening you. Sorry, let me get these on screen because I can't, from where I'm sat, I can't actually see. Okay. So we have the Hermit. The Hermit is all about soul searching. It's this introspection and like really leaning into actually our own inner light, that inner guidance. And we do it through introspection. We do it through like being alone by choice, not being lonely, not being isolated, being alone by choice, because we are on this inward journey. So this person, these people around you are triggering an inward turn. They're triggering that soul seeking, but it's soul seeking because you're searching for that light within so you can truly shine outwards. And how the varying people like will be doing this for you, like I said, because there'll be that, oh, the sun. So interesting that the sun has just gone, like, well, it hasn't gone out, it's just gone behind a cloud. But how it is like actually making that inward turn because we're seeking of the sun, and how this, like, how that inward turn for the people that will be dealing with the narcissists and the people that are actively choosing to dim your light because they're just not good people. Everyone's a good person really, but you know, layers of trauma, blah blah blah. So if they're just not being a good person to you right now, it's pushing that inward hermit turn because it's breaking you down. And for the people where that person is actually trying to, you know, build you up and be like, no, like, you're glorious, you're wonderful, you are the sun, it's giving you that soul seeking inward turn because you're trying to find the light that they see in you, even though you may not really see it. So there's actually this like, oh, but I don't have that light. Or trust me, you do, but you're feeling that. So there's that inward turn of it. And we have the Four of Pentacles in the reverse. And this is a card that talks about self-protection. It's a card about like, really like once again kind of an inward turn in that way to try and bring ourselves a level of stability and security that we don't feel we have. So we lean into this like level of protection of self. So it's leaning in, like confirming that hermity aspect there, especially self-protection from the narcissists as well on that end of the spectrum. And then the Seven of Cups in the reverse is a card that talks about illusions. And so this aspect here of not being able to trust your emotional landscape at this time, not being able to trust your intuition because there's these illusions going on that you're not quite sure of. And this is what part of this soul seeking will really help you with and assist you with. So this is how it's shaping your reality. This is how the soul contract, this with either singular or multiple people, depending on your circumstance, are actually in that taking you back to source. You're trying to find that soul spark within. So in order to like really light yourself up moving forwards, so like I said, either getting into alignment with what someone's trying to build you up with, or if they are actively trying to knock you down, you're trying to find that spark within. That's what this agreement is for. That's how it's shaping your reality. It's actually, and this is then always, these soul contracts are there to do this for you because you're at a point in your journey, you're at a point in your life where you need to find that light within, and that be your guiding force and it not be the light of others. So yes, it's wonderful if someone is trying to be like, you're beautiful, you're wonderful, you're great, you can do anything. That is great, amazing cheerleader, we love that. But you have to be able to do that for yourself to really be able to rise up and succeed, because you have to truly believe it and not lean on other people's belief in you. You have to believe in you. If you've got someone obviously detracting from you because they're like more on that narcissist spectrum, then obviously that's just negative, and we need to be able to rise above it to know that we are worthy enough to be able to stand up for ourselves, to be able to cut those ties because that person is not healthy nor serving us. So this is all about you finding that light, that spark, that belief in self, hence that hermit coming through. Let's get some of these cards for you, pile 2. What we got? We got the Maiden, and then we have the Desert. So the Maiden of the triple goddess is the third. Maiden, Mother, Crone is the first. It's the youngest. It's where you're really learning. And then the Maiden has this Artemis energy of this individuation. And the Artemis she goes off, she actively chooses not to marry. She chooses to not go down that normal path and not be dependent on another. She just wants to go live wild in the forest and be self-sufficient and depend on herself. So there's this big individuation, that strong, actually big, strong masculine energy within Artemis to be able to do that. that comes from complete and utter feminine trust in herself to know that she can. So there's that maiden energy coming through of this, like, especially with this seeking. So some of you may be in that more younger period of your life where you are within the maiden aspect, and for others you may be like, well, I'm well grown, and it's still maiden energy coming through in regards to learning something that you needed to learn if you are older when you were younger. And if you're younger, it's really learning your power and your strength so you can really move forward in a way that is very, very empowered. And then we have the desert. And what I'm noticing the most, because there's this hand here in this little gap, and then there's this hand, this feels like an inward turn, because it feels like it's going through like inward something. This is like that inward turn, and this is that rising up, this empowerment, rising towards the light, rising towards, I mean, it's actually a little moon, but we're going to go with sun because it's got yellow around it and it suits purpose better. But that rising up aspect and coming up into yourself, and then even that element when it is the moon, that rising up in the darkness, because the moon comes out in the dark, obviously. I lie, not always. Well, no. Yes, it does always come out in the dark. It's daytime today and the moon has been out. It's one of those beautiful days where the moon's out. But rising up into the darkness, into that like subconscious, the moon in tarot is your subconscious. So it's leaning into that, going into your subconscious, the hermit, leaning into self and rising up into that, knowing that through that exploration and through that journey, you will then find the sun. So, and your sun, your life force, your spark. So the agreements in place are to empower you. Pile number 2. Let's get some final cards for you. We've got the Hierophant in reverse, 3 of Swords in reverse, and the 5 of Cups in reverse. So the Hierophant in reverse is all about like breaking traditions. It's all about like thinking outside the box, challenging the status quo, like challenging your own personal beliefs so that you can find freedom. Challenging the program you have in place, challenging the programming that whatever that sun energy is coming in for you. So whatever that masculine person or masculine figure or person holds masculine energy is bringing into you, is challenging that to find freedom, and so that you can release yourself from pain and suffering and heartbreak, so you can learn to forgive self and potentially even forgive those other people. You release the burden of those swords and the pain that they have inflicted upon your heart. And then the 5 of Cups in the reverse is a card that talks about moving on. Forgiveness comes onto this as well. It's about acceptance. So the agreements are shaping your reality to really heal you, to really move you forwards in a way where you can shine so much brighter, in so much more alignment, with so much more truth, and with so much more trust in yourself and your purpose and your reason for being here. So quite a beautiful reading, although these soul contracts in place will be very, very impactful. And yeah, especially if you're leaning more on that narcissist end of things, that will be much, much, much more uncomfortable. Like, please just be gentle with yourself. Please look after yourself, and please like ensure you have people around you that do treat you better. But the process in accepting that they are the way they are and that you can't change them and that they're detrimental to you can be hard. So be gentle with yourself, and just know that love is being sent from my end. And if you need further help with this, then my details are in the description box below. That kind of thing's what my services are for, to help with this shift. If you're really struggling and it's more that side, then really please do reach out. I will leave it there for you. Please give it a thumbs up, like, share, subscribe, do all those things, and I will see you in my next reading. Hello, pile 3. If you picked this card, then for your soul contracts, we have the card Debilitated and Discomfort. So the soul contracts in place, the agreements that are shaping your reality are making you very, very uncomfortable. And as it says, debilitated, potentially really, really like nervous system, like fry out. You may be in burnout, unable to function properly, unable to do your job, unable to like be in relation with that person well, because like there's just so much discomfort and so much confusion. This is making me think of, do you know those puzzly things? Like there's words and I can't think of what they are, but like where the staircase feels like it's going one way and then actually it's a dead end and it's going another. It's like, I feel like it happens in the Labyrinth movie as well. It's like that level of debilitated and discomfort where you don't know up from down and you're going up that staircase thinking it's getting you to point B and then you end up at point G and B's over there and you're like, how the hell do I get over to there? Because I need to be at B, I don't need to be at G. There's that sort of level of confusion and like discomfort. This in astrology talks about how planets are debilitated in certain signs, like they're just not comfortable there. So like I have a Scorpio moon, for example, it's debilitated. Scorpio does not like, the moon does not like being in Scorpio. It's not a comfortable placement. The moon loves being in Cancer. It's ruled by Cancer. Lovely, lovely jubbly, loves that. Absolutely gorgeous. But moon in Scorpio, nope, not comfortable, doesn't like it. It just brings a level of tension. But the levels of tension that it brings are always there to teach you. So the soul contract review aspect, what the agreements are shaping your reality. These agreements are in place that are making you very uncomfortable, that are prodding in all the like uncomfortable wrong places, that, you know, they're prodding at your wounds. They're just making you feel all sorts of things you don't want to be feeling. The reason this soul contract is there is to teach you. So the lessons are really, really coming in because it's this, like, it is actually invaluable. So it is there to teach you how to like shift the way in which you are, to how you can make this work, how you can turn that like debilitating discomfort into something that like works for you. So for some of you, this soul contract will involve walking away. So it's not running away in the sense of like, oh, this is uncomfortable, I'm just going to run away. It's not saying that, like we have to take the lessons from it, but for some of this, that soul contract will still involve an ending. And for some of you it won't, because actually in working through the discomfort, that workaround, that finding like the key there with how to make it work, will mean that discomfort lessens and you're actually able to deal with it. For other people, that discomfort is something you actually, part of it will be needing to learn to walk away. Because like if your nervous system is complete and utter overload and completely fried in some regard, then you don't need to keep putting yourself through that. Like, yes, learn the lessons from it, but like you don't need to put yourself in those situations where it's very unhealthy for you. So the biggest thing is you're being challenged to grow in ways that like you can't predict, and it's encouraging you into the challenge. It's encouraging you to see the lessons in the discomfort, see see the lesson there. There is a lesson there, and it's in untangling that and finding that lesson that you will like walk up the staircase and actually get to B, as opposed to getting all confused and turned around and going to G. So part of it for some of you may be learning good nervous system calming techniques. That might be part of it, because learning that for certain things, like if it's an aspect of your, say it's a job that makes you very, very uncomfortable, and it keeps getting that you keep getting burnt out because it's overwhelming you. For some of you, the lesson will be in walking away and finding a better suited job. For other people, it will be learning how to, like, maybe it's you love the job, but it's burning you out because of, you know, whatever your disposition is. Learning the way to deal with it so that you're not getting burnt out, learning those tips, those tricks, those tools to assist you so that you're not getting this burnout and you can continue to do your job. So there's different elements for every person in regards to what it will be trying to teach you, but let's get some tarot to lean into this a bit more. The point is a key. The point is a doorway into a whole new way of being. Oof. Okay, guys. So 2 major arcana. That's the first thing we point out with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse and the Death card. Wheel of Fortune talks about that like bad wheel turn essentially, but it's about breaking cycles. So and it's talking about karmic. So there's good karmic lessons and bad karmic lessons. Or I guess all karmic lessons are good. It's within that more negative spin. There's a resistance to change, but it's there, it's coming in because you need to break that cycle. So whatever this aspect is for you in your reality, you have to break that cycle. And this is a card, the Eight of Pentacles is a card about lacking ambition or lacking focus, lacking the effort. You're not putting the time and effort into actually helping yourself, which is why you're staying with the Wheel of Fortune in the bad luck position. It doesn't have to be this way. You're in control of how it turns. And then I'm saying that and laughing because I'm like, and there's elements of how karma just comes in, but it's part of your soul's agreement. So the bad luck turns are always there to teach you something, but there are elements where we end up staying stuck in a bad luck turn for too long because we don't put the effort in to learn the lessons that are right there in front of our face. So for some of you, you may not know what the lesson is. So this will be your first indication that there's something there you need to learn. Any part of your life that you're feeling discomfort, debilitated, all those things, there's a lesson to learn that you need to put the effort in to learn to get out of this bad luck cycle. It's a turning point. You have to break the cycles. So, and for others of you, you're very well aware of exactly what it is, but you're resistant to the change. So you just need to pull your socks up and not be so resistant to the change. Because we have the Death card. This is death, birth, endings. Like death, rebirth, that cycle, that transformation, this transition is all about change, big change. It's the Death card, it's the Grim Reaper coming in. So this cycle, this what you're stuck in has to end. It has to go through that death rebirth cycle. This is what the agreements are shaping your reality into, but you have to lean into that. So the shadow work, going into those uncomfortable places, leaning into it, like figuring out the answers, putting in the effort, putting in the work, the time, the dedication to actually shifting this, to actually learning and changing your reality, because otherwise you're going to keep going like in the same circles. You're stuck on a loop and you will stay stuck on that loop until you put the effort in to get yourself out of it. And that's what the people around you are actually teaching you at this time. This is what the soul contracts are. They are highlighting those areas of discomfort. And especially if you're sat there going, but that person's an asshole and they've done this and they've done that, and you're just pointing the finger elsewhere, point the finger, is it like 3 more point right back at you? Like, this is actually about taking ownership of your journey, where you're at, your karmic agreements, your soul's purpose, all of these things. This is about you taking the responsibility for your discomfort. Those people are there to mirror things to you so you can learn. So yeah, especially like I said, if you are blaming other people, you really, really need to look in the mirror. And it's not to say that that person is not being an asshole. I'm not saying that. They may be being an asshole, but they're being an asshole to show you something. So, because this is all about you. In that regard, your reality is all about you. And so you have to like stop just externally blaming and take this internally so we can break this cycle. For some of you, you may not be pointing the finger of blame. You may not be thinking, you may just feel complete, like everything's just going, is absolute fuckery. And things aren't going your way and everything's very uncomfortable and you just don't know what to do, in burnout. Like there may be no finger pointing at all, but it's still that element of like, what lesson is it that you're not seeing? Like, what is it that's there? Like there's a cycle that you're in that you need to break, that has to end. Let's get some more cards for you, pile 3. And don't feel like all these piles have been really intense, but I guess that is what we get when we do a soul contract review reading. So we have the Unseen and the Forest. So in this regard, like this, the unseen, what are you not seeing? And this is where we have to lean into it and look at ourselves and like really go into this inward turn. And even this, like with the forest, there's this big expansion of the sky, big expanse of forest, and then there's this little thing here which I don't actually know what it is, but in my head right now it feels like a little tent, like a single one-man tent. And it feels like that element of this singular, before there's any chance of you expanding outwards in the world, or going or exploring, or like just, I don't know, being in a different way, there's this inward turn that needs to occur. You have to go inward to see what you're not seeing, what lessons are being given to you through these soul contracts, because they're big. 2 major arcana, so they're big. They're things you really need to learn, and it does feel like, and once you learn this, you'll be free of it. That's the death aspect, that transition, that transformation. You will be free. So it's worth the effort. It's worth this solar inward turn, and especially if you are potentially right now being very external and trying to like source feed off keeping busy and being out in the world and not doing that inward turn. It's very much that encouragement of that like solitary inward, almost hermit like turn. Have to see what you're not seeing. We have the star. Oh, that's a beautiful Knight of Cups. And then we will take, oh no, there's more cards than I thought. Okay, sorry, I was gonna say we'll take the one card that fell on the floor, but it was a pile and I don't want the whole pile, so we will go Sun in reverse. Okay, so more major arcana again, so you know, bigger things here, but we have hope, faith, purpose, this renewal. This is the calm that comes after the tower falls. So it's a beautiful card to come in for you, but it's also that card of like taking a moment to reflect. Like, this is a tower has just crumbled and the person has been like, in regular tarot, they've flown off and into the moat that's around the, you know, that surrounds the tower. And they land in the water and they look up at the stars and they, you know, they have hope again, they have faith. And it's that momentary pause though that it's talking about, like taking that moment to really like look at the burning tower, to really look at the devastation that the tower caused, to just really take in what's happening around you, take in, like, see the unseen, see beyond the burning tower, see beyond the rubble, see the lessons in it. It's just like, it's taking stock. Take a moment, pause to really see, and what you'll actually realize is your hope and faith in that like renewal will occur within you, because once you start to see purpose in it all starts to land with a bit more ease. And then we have the Knight of Cups, and the Knight of Cups is wonderful because it's all about this like charm and imagination, and then this belief in love, this belief in spirit, this belief in intuition, this belief landing that we can move forwards with. And we have it here with like the Sun in reverse, and this can talk about the inner child. So I feel like for some of you this aspect will really hit on things that like go way back, way back, and that could be part of this unseen, that you're not seeing how the like the way in which you're responding to things, the triggers that are coming up. So this breaking of the cycles that's here with that Wheel of Fortune in the reverse is like breaking cycles that are deeply embedded within you. But the more that you start to see the reason behind everything that's happening, the more that the Knight of Cups like rises up, and he's taking you on a journey. He's on his horse, he's taking you on a journey. He's like, come on, like, trust me, believe in me. He comes with his heart on his sleeve. And so there's this element of being guided. So the more you lean into it, the more you will have a guide, and it feels more like a guide in spirit. But you will have a guide that will assist you, take your hand and help you with the aspects of seeing how far back these patterns go, because this can be highly uncomfortable sometimes. But definitely just lean in. Lean in is the biggest message here. The agreements are shaping your reality into freeing you. That's the whole point. It wants to free you. These soul contracts are there. This anyone that's making you feel uncomfortable, debilitated, that are bringing these aspects in, they're highlighting things that you need to see. So you really need to look so you can break free of them. I will leave it there for you. Please like, comment, share, subscribe to all of those things. If you need assistance with any aspect of this, then please reach out. Ooh, hit the thing. My details are in the description box below, and I would love to assist you. And I will see you in my next reading.